The part of the mind that's sending you these thoughts doesn't understand religion. It understands signal of fear versus signal of power. Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. Today I wanted to talk to you about religious OCD. What it is, how to get out of this, how OCD works in general, and then specifically how it relates to religious OCD. Let's talk about first how OCD works. With any type of OCD, when you first get a thought, first of all, anybody can get a thought. It doesn't matter if you have OCD or not. Studies have shown that it's pretty much the same thoughts people with OCD and people without OCD get. Anybody can get a thought, you got a thought. But what happened is the person with OCD reacted with fear. Whenever you react really in any way, the brain takes notice. If it's with fear, the brain takes it to mean that there's danger. So now, basically, by reacting with fear to that very first thought, whatever it was, you said, this is dangerous. In this case, we're talking about religious OCD. So you said, religious OCD, anything to do with religion, it gives me fear. Or maybe that at first was one specific situation and then grew to everything else, right? So the brain learned, okay, it gives you fear. So that must mean it's dangerous, right? Because that part of the brain doesn't understand logically what it is that you're talking about. It doesn't understand that it's a religious theme. It doesn't understand anything about anything. It only understands your reaction. You are reacting with fear. It means that it must be dangerous because it's not wired for OCD. It's wired to understand that if you're getting any kind of thought, it means, or reacting to any kind of thought, it means that this thought is important. So that's how it's taking it, right? So you reacted with fear. Now your brain has learned that, okay, it means that you're in danger. It's what can a brain do to protect you from danger? From this danger, right? Send you another thought so you can protect yourself. So it sent you maybe a slightly different thought or the same thought again, right? You again reacted with fear. Your mind's like, oh, okay, it must mean it's really dangerous. Again and again and again and again. Then the mind starts to say, okay, well, if this is so dangerous to you, what about these like other things? Maybe there's other kind of compulsions or, other triggers. What about those? Because you've been reacting with fear to the first one, you most likely will react with fear to all these other ones. So you start to alleviate them by trying to protect yourself by doing more compulsions. And the situation grows and grows and grows. And this works like that with any type of OCD. In terms of religious OCD, it might start out as, say, for example, what if I'm not doing good enough by God, for example, right? Maybe I need to do better. So the person starts to find, kind of obsessive ways of doing different things. Or maybe the person thinks, well, you know what, if I wear this color, that might be bad, for my religion. Then the person starts to avoid wearing other colors as well. Then they start to avoid numbers. So it starts to spin out the more you allow yourself to do this. A very common one is the person will say, have a bad thought during prayer and have to re-pray. Or maybe I didn't pray enough, I have to pray more times. Those kinds of things as well, right? So, but the more you do this, the more you're sending a thought to your mind that you are in danger. The more you send that thought, the more the mind takes it to understand that you're in danger and sends you even more thoughts. So you're kind of keeping this mechanism going even though you are trying to get out of it. And that's kind of the paradox with OCD, that to get out of it, you have to do nothing. When I say over and over on the show, you have to do the work, you have to do the work. The actual work means not doing anything. No analyzing, no checking, no asking, no repraying, no doing kind of rituals. You're stepping over the fear, and it never feels good, obviously, because the anxiety is there, the feelings. OCD always attaches by the feelings. So you allow the feelings to be there. Yes, they're there. Yes, they're bothering me. Yes, it doesn't feel good, but I am choosing recovery. I am done with this. So you're stepping over the fear, but then OCD tells you, but what if, right? Doesn't matter. It's an OCD situation. Believe me, this has nothing to do actually with religion. Your OCD just happened to grab onto religion because religion is important to you. That is all that happened. It could have grabbed onto if another subject was important to you, would have grabbed onto that, And that's why people there's only really a certain number of themes that I hear about every kind of day, that there's not that many. So, because as humans, we're only attached to kind of certain number of things. There's religious OCD, there's, relationship OCD is a common one. There is contamination OCD, like the things that, we as humans care about, right? So it's very important for you to understand that this has nothing to do with religion. This is an OCD situation that just grabbed onto it. The part of the mind that's sending you these thoughts doesn't understand religion, doesn't understand anything. It understands signal of fear versus signal of power. If you're sending signal of fear, I am afraid, I am protecting myself by doing reassurance of some sort, it's going to continue to send you these thoughts and continue to scare you. If you say, I'm done, I'm fed up, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm choosing not to buy into it anymore, you see that you will start to get better. But don't allow OCD to win any longer. Don't allow it to take any more from you. So whenever you're faced with the next trigger and OCD tells you, no, you have to do things a certain way, you have to do this or that, choose not to do it. Choose not to allow yourself to keep going down this rabbit hole. Say, you know what, forget it. And in terms of religion, right, it does actually, by the way, it affects all religions. Over the years, I've had clients pretty much from every religion. So it doesn't really matter in that sense. And, but across all religion or most religions, that God knows what's in your heart. God knows that you have OCD. That part of the brain doesn't understand it, but God understands it. So stop listening to that part of the brain. Just let it go. Whatever it's telling you, you're going down the center of the corridor. So your attention is here. Okay? What it's telling you, here, blah, blah, blah. Don't listen to it. Keep going. Yes, it's going to feel scary at first, but you will start to feel better. And stop doing all those rituals. You can stop little by little or delay it or put a limit on it. So say, for example, I'm only going to do one ritual, say, if you're doing a lot of them. So maybe one every 2 hours or one every 3 hours, depending on how you feel. Once you get to be comfortable with that, then you can say, I'm doing only one a day or stuff like that. Or maybe I can delay it a day, or maybe today I'm not going to do it. If it's avoidance situations such as I can't do this, and this, that, what you're saying is I'm choosing to do it even though I don't feel comfortable. And then the more you choose to do it, the more comfortable you're going to start to feel. So if you're avoiding everyday things, that's how you have to, because avoidance is just as bad as reassurance. It really is kind of the same thing. So choosing not to allow yourself to do anything because OCD tells you. It's basically like you're pretending that OCD doesn't exist. And the more you do it, the more you see that the brain starts to unplug from it. You'll start to feel better. So it's just a little bit of an overview of religious OCD. People have been asking me to do more theme-specific videos, so I'll be doing that. If you would like me to talk about your specific theme, again, please leave it below the comments. I answer comments in videos pretty much all the time, so please leave them below. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.